Hello? That shit was way harder than I thought.
You didn't pass?
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Psych! Your boy's official!
Several days later.
What's good, Little fam? We are back with another YouTube video. As you can see from the title, your boy's official. Your boy is official, you feel me? So, but like I said, as you can see from the title, we're about to get into this topic about ACE personal training. If this doesn't really appeal to you, then this is just not the video for you. But anybody who's trying to become a trainer, so I wanted to just jot down a few things that I felt really helped me on the exam. Before we jump into that, first, make sure to subscribe, because as you can see, as you peeped, we are at 200 subscribers. Clap it up, clap it up. We're at 200 subscribers and we're trying to get more. There's no cap, there's no ceiling to this. We're going all the way through the roof. So stop right here, subscribe before you continue. Please subscribe. Tell all your friends to subscribe. And yeah. Other than that, follow us on all social medias, all our networks, link in the bio for everything. And yeah, so before we jump into actually the exam thing, I wanted to say we promo the whole social media thing because like we've been growing a lot on Instagram, and every like milestone of like every 1,000 we hit, we're at like 3,000 right now. Every milestone we hit with the thousands, we do a giveaway, and we actually have like a dope. Let me give you all a little sneak peek, you know. We have, so these bottles are here, no brand. We are giving these away at 4K. We have three, so we're choosing 3 people for that one. And that's at 4K. So when we hit 4K, we're doing a giveaway. 3 people can win. It's lit. We got a dope brand to collab with us to do this. Big things, you feel me? Big things. And every time we get higher, we're trying to offer better things. Right now, well, someone who just won our 3K was for a personal training one, and they're about to get started on their month really soon. So it's exciting. We're doing big things. But like I said, this actual video is about how to pass your ACE personal training exam. Like I said before, if you're not interested, this video is not for you. Go catch up on the other ones. I try to stand up on this one because I know D just came off a sit down one, and I know we had like, I know we had low-key had a couple sit-down ones already. I'm trying to just change up the vibe, give y'all a different energy, you feel me? And my energy is amped right now, even though I just got off work and I haven't eaten. I'm a little tired, but still, different energy. All right, so I got everything. I got some markers, some dry erasing markers. I got a board, a wide erase, what is this called? A whiteboard, a dry erase board, whatever. I got the other camera doing another angle for y'all. Like we going crazy right here because I watched a lot of these videos when I was trying to pass my exam, and I think they really do help because it's like it helps calm your nerves. It helps a lot of stuff. So without further ado, let's jump into these tips and tricks to helping you pass your ACE exam. So my first tip, so for me, I feel like the biggest issue I had, well, let me give a quick background story. 2 years ago, I took the NASM. For those who don't know, it's what is a nationally accredited nationally accredited sports medicine, something like that. NASM, yeah, whatever. Who cares? I didn't get that one. I got ACE, American Council of Exercise. Like I said, 2 years ago, I took the NASM. I failed it. I failed it twice. So I bought a package which gives you the exam, and then it gives you a retake voucher. That, to be honest, I feel like that's a point that I'm gonna put down right now. Purchase the best package. Purchase the package with the retake voucher, with study guides, with online help, quizzes, the whole 9, because I feel like that does a thing to your mental. Like anxiety, that's number 1. Let me throw that on there right now. 1, anxiety. I think this is key. I hope I'm spelling anxiety right. Let me double check. Anxiety. Facts. So number one, anxiety. I feel like this is key. Anxiety is key to like, you have to have something to calm your nerves. Because I feel like that 2 years ago when I did mine, like I was so nervous. Okay then, son, push through. 2 years ago when I took my NASM, I had a retake voucher, but I was just so anxious about the whole thing that like I felt like I went in there. It's a 3-hour exam with 150 questions, and I just was so scared, like sweaty armpits, just profusely sweating at that. Mine was 8 o'clock in the morning when I took it 2 years ago, so like I didn't feel like I got to prep myself or give myself that talk. And I felt like that made me suffer a little bit 2 years ago. This time, your boy came with a whole different energy. Like, I came with my stance, you know what I'm saying? Getting pep talks to myself every 30 minutes. Everything. Because I feel like anxiety can really kill you. Like, you could lose at the start. Like, from the beginning, you can already feel like if you just don't feel confident enough that you can go in there and really pass it. So, that's tip number one. Like, really build your confidence up. And I feel like with the whole study package is buy a package where you can have a retake voucher. So like in case things go wrong or in case you miss a question by a couple of things or whatever the case is, you can have that, you can fall back on that, and that's free within your package. So that's my first point. My second one is, I know everybody's saying it, but it is read the book. Read the book. Like, for sure, you need to make sure you're reading the book. Like, the book is lengthy. It's definitely lengthy. It's like 18 chapters. It's lengthy, but it's definitely doable. They give you 3 to 4 months to prep yourself for this exam. You do not have to be meticulously reading this book by any means necessary. There's a lot of chapters that you don't even really touch upon on the exam, like science terms and stuff like that. That doesn't even show up, like the real big science anatomy terms. But reading the book gives you that base concept of what you need to know. Like that puts you into the game of like, you're just already, I'm trying to make sure it's fake focus. All right. You're just already like, you know, you've seen the terms before. You've seen a couple things before when you read the book. And then once you're studying closer to your date, then it's like, oh, I did see this in chapter 5. I did see this in chapter 13. And then it starts to hit home a little bit better. And then you can relate to a couple of things. You can make the connection that you want to make. But you really, really, truly need to read the book. Like, that's for sure. My third one, like I'm saying, everybody's talking about it, everybody's mentioning it. Chapter 7. You should go over chapter 7 probably like 10 times. And that's because the majority of personal training and what the exam is about is chapter 7. That's about muscle imbalance. That's about like you knowing a muscle and what's its function do and how it might help. Like if your knees are caving in on a squat, or not caving in, but like going inwards, what does that mean? If your shoulders are elevated when you're doing like a back row, what does that mean? Like chapter 7 is everything, and I think it's critical. It is critical. You need to know chapter 7. And if you make flashcards, if you take quizzes, whatever, mold it around chapter 7. Mold it around muscle imbalances and knowing certain muscles and what they do, and knowing, I don't think contradictions is in that chapter, but just chapter 7, go over it. If you have the book, you'll know what I'm saying. You probably highlighted chapter 7, you probably put a post-it in chapter 7. You know, even when you went through chapter 7 the first time, you're like, oh my God, this is a tricky chapter. I know I'm gonna need to go back to this. Chapter 7 is that chapter. So like, there is no easy way around that one. You just really need to study on it. You need to just do your best to like try to understand it and make sense of it, because I'm telling you, 80% of the quiz is about chapter 7. What else do we have? Point number 4. I'm making these so big. Take mad practice exams and or quizzes. And that's a fact. You need to, I think with this one, that point that I put right there is, that's more so about the more you take these quizzes and exams, you get more comfortable, and you start to understand how ACE is structuring these questions. Like, you start to get a better feel for them. Because what I didn't know 2 years ago is just the answer you might choose that's the right answer may not always be the correct answer. Like, the politically correct answer is just the best answer for the question they're posing to you. If I knew that, like, I feel like a lot of questions I would have got right 2 years ago. Let me actually throw in there, I got an 80 on my exam, so like your boy did pretty good, you know what I'm saying, compared to what I did before. I got like, I failed it. The first time I took it, I think I got like a 59%, and then the second time I got like a 64%. And the second, like, we're not even gonna talk about that because that's just the past, that's water under the bridge. But this time your boy got an 80%. So like I'm saying, you need to take mad exams and quizzes. I had Torin help me. You get a support system who is someone who is there, who wants to be able to stay up with you and like quiz you, because not only should you be taking multiple exams a day and practices a day closer to your date online, but you should definitely have someone throwing flashcard questions at you, like just your own Quizlet type stuff. Someone who can like word the question for you and then throw it at you, where you're not just seeing it and then trying to find the best answer. Because that's going to be another point, and I should just go into it right now. You need to be understanding these concepts. It's not about memorizing it. It's not like how school is, like how long you can retain something in your mind the day of the exam and just regurgitate it on a piece of paper. No, you need to actually understand these concepts, because they're not just asking the black and white question. They're, what if something like this happens? If you don't understand the concept, you miss out on the whole thing. Like, if you don't know the initial concept, then there's no way you're going to be able to answer the question properly at all. So definitely, so put 5 on that, is understand concepts for sure. Understand concepts is another key thing, because that's how chapter 7 tricks people, because like it makes you kind of feel like you just need to memorize these terms, or just like, you know, like, oh, if I know this term long enough, then I could just, no, you need to understand how this term applies to something. Like I talked about before, the super science terms are not necessary. Like what book is it? I don't know if I have it. Well, it's like the science essential book that comes with like the biggest package. That is so not necessary. You don't even go over that. Like, I remember I was like rerunning over the pathway of blood through the heart. That is not even necessary. They don't even talk about anything like that. You might get a question like that, so kind of know it, but don't be like every day trying to study it, because those are not necessary. So like the super science terms, understand that they are not key, so don't kill yourself over that. I like that. I think a lot of people do that. Another key thing about me is I'm an exercise science major. I just graduated with that, and so I knew a lot of the anatomy. I knew a lot about kinesiology and a lot of background stuff that helped me a lot, I feel like, as well. But I do feel like you can understand a lot through this book. Like, if you really study the book, really understand the concepts, like, you'll definitely pass this exam. My last one, I think, is review incorrect answers on all your practice exams and quizzes. Like, if you're just taking these quizzes and exams and just getting things wrong and then never going back to it, you will fail. Because it's more about like you going over you going over your wrong answers, understanding why you got these answers wrong, and why, if you see it again, you'll get it. Not even the same question, but why, if the concept is like intertwined into another question, why you can get it right. Because it's not about just like trying to memorize these questions and be like, oh, they're gonna ask it like this, and then try to do it like that. No, you need to understand the concept, understand why you got something wrong, why you thought it might have been this and not this. And like I was saying, it's more about what's the best answer, not just the right answer. So I do think you need to learn from your mistakes, keep going over that stuff, understand why you're getting something wrong. Even if it's like, oh, I thought I had it, keep going over it, keep going until you can start just teaching people this stuff. Like, you could just start implementing it in your day-to-day, and it'd be like, oh, this is why this makes sense, this is why this makes sense, I understand why this concept makes sense. If that becomes you, and you're confident, and you're understanding these concepts and understanding why you got certain things wrong, like, I'm telling you, you will not fail this exam. For those who don't know, this exam is 150 questions. It's 3 hours. They throw in like 25 experimental questions, they call it. So like questions like that they put in other people's quizzes, or people who might have gotten wrong or might have gotten right. It's just over time they just throw in 25 questions that are not graded against you. So roughly you need to get like a 90 questions correct to pass this. They're like scaled differently. It's a whole bunch of things, but like around 9, if you can solidly get 90 questions right, I'm 100% positive you will pass, and that's a fact. But yeah, I feel like I covered everything. Anxiety, read the book, take chapter 7 super seriously, take mad practice exams and quizzes, understand the concepts, and go over your mistakes. Figure out why you were wrong, and figure out like where you went wrong in your wrong answer. And I'm telling you, you will kill this exam. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will really kill this exam. Because even when I finished, I had the 3 hours. I did 2 hours to actually like go through and do the whole exam. Then I went to the bathroom, did my stance again, you know what I'm saying, gave myself a little pep talk in the mirror, and then went back in. And on that hour after that, I went through and review stuff. Oh, there is like key tools you can use. Like you can flag questions. So like if you spend some time on a question and you feel like, yo, like I still don't understand this answer, like you spent like 10 minutes on it or whatever the case is, you can flag it and come back to it. That's like a huge tool that's it's so vital. And it means a lot, because like when I did mine, I finished the questions, I flagged probably like 35 out of the 150, and then I went back and like thoroughly went through those 35 and then answered those, and then I went back again within that last hour and just like made sure my answers, did I give this answer 100%? Did I give this answer 100%? Is this the best answer I think I could have gotten from this? Like stuff like that. And like I'm telling you, you'll do amazing. Other than that, yo, good luck to anybody taking the exam. Go down in the comments, spam whatever questions you have. I'm down to answer all the questions, whatever it is. Cause like I said, your boy's official. You feel me? Official with it. So be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope this video really helps people, because I'm telling you, I watch mad of these videos, and I feel like a lot of them helped me a lot. Like I don't even feel like one didn't. Every single one helped me in a different way. So I really hope I could do the same for you guys. And make sure to subscribe. Alright, but I'm out. Peace.